Time. See if anybody's awake still. While we're waiting, guys, make sure to follow me on Instagram. Sean.shows.iconic. Hey, you all. I know it's late, guys, but Parrot! Say hi. So, guys, as you guys know, I've been MIA for a while. What have I been working on? Well, if you guys follow me on Instagram, then you probably know exactly what I've been working on. But it's been Bgc21. So we've got like the house. So let's dive in. Oh, it's fine. That's like, thank you. So guys, let's dive in. What's gonna be happening? Wait, it kind of feels more realistic. I don't know. You be doing the lives late. Yeah. So let's dig in. What's gonna happen this season of BGC? So as you can see, it is country versus city. So I know I was gonna do the Camp Bad Girls, but I pushed that one back one more season because I'm still deciding if I'm gonna do that in the small scale or the big scale. So someone said, when's TFC episode 4 coming out? So, about TFC episode 4. I am still constructing Cassandra's big house. That is what the episode's waiting on now. So, once I'm getting withdrawals, I need it. I promise, I will finish this house probably within a few days. Cassandra's house is one of the easiest to build, but as you guys can see, I am building the big Cassandra house, so that's all that's holding up episode 4 now. But back to BGC21, the whole season is ready to film. Ooh, zip it. So here's the house. So it's country versus city. So it's city girls and country girls together in one house. Of course, we have a cute modern farmhouse. Hey, Key. So we got a cute modern farmhouse. Here's some of the looks. The house is mostly done. Not completely, but some of the cute looks, period. And I just released the cast officially. So the BGC21 cast is posted. So let's go through the cast, shall we? So first up, we got this beach named Beia. So Beia is a natural red-haired character. So she's African-American, but naturally red hair. So she was a person on Instagram requested to have one of these characters, and I thought, why not? She would be perfect for BGC21. So we got Beia. So it says jumping season. There is jumping this season. It's not as bad as BGC Camp Bad Girls, but there's a few jumping occasions this season. Ooh, so we got Beia first. Bloop. Yikes. Oh, y'all, is it lagging? Hold on. Hold on, let me connect to my Wi-Fi. Bloop. Okay, you all. Let me know if it's good now. Okay. Can you do Taylor versus Melanie? Why is... That's so crazy. I literally thought of that today. Maybe. Okay, yo. There's no lag on my end. Okay, period! Let's continue, shall we? So we got Beia. Crazy ass Pam. Crazy ass Pam. So Pamela, aka Pam Pam, is going to be on this season. And we all know Pam's a little unhinged. She a little crazy. So Pam's going to be on BGC21. How's she going to act? She's going to act a little crazy. Not serial killer crazy. She doesn't kill anybody, but she do fight a lot this season. So Pam's a little crazy. She's unhinged. Next, we've got Aurora. Sean, I need Taylor back on BGC. All right, period. So we got Aurora. And yes, so she does have extremely long hair. Are you still doing the bullying series? Yes. Pam is the brunette chubby Melanie. Next, we've got Cynthia. This bitch. So Cynthia's inspired by Char from BGC6. She literally looks snooty, of course. We've got Hunter. Hunter, my screen's dirty. Hunter is, she's white and Native American. And yes, she talks about this tattoo being inspired by the movie Pocahontas. Period. Sean, who's the best reader this season? Probably Amy, which we'll get to Amy. Here we got Hunter and Beia together. Next, we've got Yuna. Someone said Aurora from the city. So we've got Una, our first full Asian bad girl. Can't wait. So Una, very excited to have her on the season. Then we've got Amy. Amy is a punk-ass bitch. No, just kidding. So Amy is pretty much the Julie of this season. She is probably the best person at reading people. I mean, for example, she said Pam's shaped like a booger. Yeah, so Amy probably reads the best. Period. All right, so let's dig into some tea. Jenny says, who's going to be a villain this season? So, our villains this season is Amy, of course, and she gives, like, the classic mean girl, like, not to be mean, but you're ugly. So we got Amy, and she does fight a lot this season. Oop. Oop. Can't play music on here. Aurora. Aurora looks kind of mean. She looks a little snooty. So Aurora is one of the mean girls, but she's not really like a bully, but she's clicked up. Amy's the ringleader. And then Cynthia, of course, is bitchy, but she doesn't really do too much. Honestly, she doesn't fight until literally episode 5. So, while she is low-key the villain, she is not. The main ringleader is Amy. And then the hero of the villain is Beia. So Beia fights the best on this season. Her main beef, who does she fight the most? She fights Aurora. She fights Amy. So she fights Aurora, I think, 2 or 3 times. And then she fights Amy once. And then the main fights are Pamela versus Amy. So Amy... Oh, this was the original Cynthia. But I just wasn't feeling... Like, she's not too bad. I've actually got her right here. But I just wasn't feeling her eyes. I felt like they were a little weird. So this is like an alternate version of her. Okay, so Pam fights Amy. She fights Aurora. She gets jumped on the first night. So in the limo, they have a limo fight, and it's Pam versus Amy and Aurora. So Pam gets jumped by Aurora and Amy. Can Aurora fight? Aurora is a level 3, and she's a mid to upper 3, so she's probably on par with Morgan from Bgc21. Amy is a higher level 3. Beia is a low 2. Is Yuna a follower? No. So the only followers this season are really Aurora and technically Amy, but I guess she's almost the ringleader. But they do kind of follow behind Cynthia, so she's kind of their Char. Yuna fights. Where's Yuna? Where is she? Bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh, Hunter fights a few times as well. So Hunter fights Amy, and then Hunter fights Aurora. And Hunter's not like the biggest fighter either. So Yuna fights one time. Yuna fights Amy in the kitchen. Which we've got Amy's rabbit ass right here as well. Oh, look, it actually focused for once. So we got Amy right here. Let me grab the girls. Hold on. Okay, so this one is Beia. Oh, I killed Una. Mama Yan. Yuna. Alright, we got Cynthia. Okay, I really do love Aurora's hair, though. Guys, it took me almost 2 hours to do her hair, which is partly why the live is late. But, so her hair is super long. Bloop. Here's Una. And who else fell down the stairs? Okay. We got Pamela. And then Hunter. Which I think I did really good with her tattoo. That came out cute. Period! And then I got a new Melanie I'm working on over here. Because Melanie's the host of the season. And she's got her little rubber rain boots. I can show you guys the house. Okay. So here's some of the house. This is one of the rooms. Yes, Hunter's Native American and white. So she's mixed. She's 50-50. So 50% Native American, 50% white. So here is where the beauty bar is going to be. So this is like where they're going to have the bars or the chairs with where they do their makeup. Period. We got the couch. I don't know if this chair is actually going to be here or not. I just threw in some random ass furniture. So this room is pretty big. Let me show you how big. So that's the living room. Then we got the main entrance right here. We got Matt Man Bun over here. And then in here is the kitchen. Got random pair of pants and a sticker. Yes, Matt Man Bun. Security. We got a random coffee. So this time I went with a blue kitchen, so that's pretty cool. I was debating a lot on what color. And then back there we're going to have the computer room, I think, or phone room. I haven't decided yet. So that's pretty much the house for now. Bloop. So yeah. And then the house will also have a barn. So yeah, guys. Who's your preseason favorites? Sean, we need a full lesbian girl on BGC. And she's inspired by Fauna from Baddies, Africa. She's 5'6", mid-2, Jamaican, half-white, and Asian. Wow. I do like Fauna, guys. Is Beia like Amani? So Amani is... Amani's on Bgc22 now, technically. Amani can technically fight better than Beia, because Bia's a low 2. Amani's like a mid 2, almost high 2. So Amani can fight a little better. Bad Girl's House says, I love your videos. Thank you. How do you apply for voiceovers? I usually host voiceovers on Instagram, which, as you guys can see, follow me on Instagram at sean.shows.iconic. So, and that's where I post all the tea. So let's see. All right, y'all. Wait, Sean, you should do a little competition show, like, based on Bear Girls Club All-Star Battle. So that's technically what Bad Girls, Camp Bad Girls is supposed to be. I mean, it does have new girls, but it's supposed to be like a competition show. And that's why it keeps getting pushed back, because I really have to figure out how to do that season. Oh, and for replacements this season, guess who the replacement is? Melinda. So we get Melinda, and then I am on episode 5. I just have to write the full episode 5 and 6. There is a barn fight, yes. So they do have a barn this season, and it is like a nice, neat barn. So it's not like a cute little farm barn. It's a cute barn, and it's actually like a hangout. So in the barn, they have a bar, a hot tub, and like beanbag chairs and stuff. So it's kind of like a hangout barn. So Hunter fights Aurora at that barn. And then, who else? There's one more fight. I think it's Pam versus Amy again. I'm not 100% sure. Is Melinda gonna wreck everyone? Yes. I'm not gonna lie, Melinda gets jumped this season. So Melinda will be on the season. She does get jumped. And of course she does not lose because okay, let me put it this way. And I don't want to give too much away on the season, but Melinda knocks somebody out. She has people leaking. She gets jumped twice. And she only lasts 2 days on the show. Is your videos for kids? Because my little sis keep watching. Technically, no. My videos have a lot of like swearing and stuff, so it's really geared towards like teens and up. So like, although I am cutting down on swearing this season, guys, so it's gonna feel a little more similar to old seasons, by the way. So this season's gonna be a lot more like BGC 15 through 19, where there was like a little less swearing. It's a little less violent, but they do still, obviously they have a lot of fights. I think there's probably like 15 fights this season. It's 6 episodes, but the episodes are only like 12 minutes to 15 minutes, so they're a little shorter. I'm trying to make BGC go back to like my older seasons where they're shorter and easier to film, so I can come out with them quick. compared to like TFC. But I think you guys are really gonna like this season. I think it's gonna be great. I'd say my preseason stars are definitely Beia, Pam, of course. I like Aurora, but I don't think she's really gonna be a star necessarily. um, I think Cynthia's gonna be iconic. Not like Olivia iconic, but she's gonna be iconic still. I think people are gonna like Hunter. She's pretty down to earth. She's relatable. Like she's a sweet character. Um, and her and Beia are besties on the season. So it's Beia, Hunter, Pamela, and then Yuna. She's not necessarily part of their clique, but they like her. Weren't there supposed to be twins? That's for Camp Bad Girls. And Camp Bad Girls only got pushed back because I'm not 100% sure if I want to do these figures, which is the tiny ones. So they're itty bitty. Here's her. Here's her compared to like a big figure. So I can't decide if I want to do BGC Camp Bad Girls in this size because the campground's huge and I don't know if I can build it in big scale or not. So that's why it got postponed, because I'm not sure if I'm going to do... yeah, I don't know if I'm going to film in the tiny scale or not. Which, I've got like the whole tiny scale house and everything, as you can see, but this is her in the... So it's a big difference. Which here you guys can see my art room. So full of stuff. You guys want an art room tour? Let me know if you want an art room tour. I'll show you all my shit that I got. There's a lot going on here. Oh, they are small. Then I honestly guess you can do the larger figures. I'm gonna see. I might try to do the larger figures, but I'm running out of space. And let me show you. So, Max, you want an art room tour? Let me go through all my stuff. Which, that side of the room's kind of messy, so we'll see. Okay. Oh, my hot glue gun tipped over. Ew. Okay. So, down here... Oh, hello? Okay, so this messy drawer right here has some cloth, has a laptop and my paper. Here is like props for filming. So I've got like the grass, I've got like trees and stuff, but they're all mixed together right now. I've got, ignore the paper, that's for me constructing Cassandra's house. But here I've got Taylor's small scale house right here. So it's pretty small. It fits down there. Over here on the bottom, we've got the BGC limo in big scale. We've got my drawer with like paint brushes. Oh, there's my Sharpie. I needed that. So this was kind of empty. Up here, we've got the school bus for TFC. We've got Jacqueline's truck in big scale. Above that, we've got Cassandra's small version of the big house. So here's what I'm filming with TFC right now. TFC's been a little tricky because the opening scenes with Cassandra at home have been filmed in small scale. And then I have to quickly, sneakily switch over to large scale. So that's been a little tricky, and that's why I'm building her house in big scale. We've got the small scale Jacqueline's truck with Jacqueline still in it. So yeah, that's Cassandra's house for anyone who wanted a tour. Miss Lisa's room. What happened to Cassandra's mother's show? Did that get postponed? It's still in development. It's still going to happen. It did get postponed, though, while I constructed a lot of random shit. Okay, so now we've got part of the school up here. So this is Zora High, as you guys know, for TFC. And then on top of that, I've got the random cornfield, which some shows shall be filmed in. Over here, we've got the the cafeteria with some random characters in it. We've got Miss Melinda, who's the replacement on BGC. Is anybody in the show going to have a fallout? Yes. There will be a fallout of friendship. There will be some friendships crumbling. Oh, all right. We've got the new sugar cookie. We've got the killer Easter Bunny. We've got the new Meep. Boop. And the cafeteria. Up here, we've got Zropics. Yes, like Bahiti. Wait, is it Bahiti? Bahiti? And Daisy. We've got Zropics in the gym, which this will also be the club for Bgc21, but yeah, period. So we've got that over here. Now, let's transition to the other side. Okay, so over here, I've got the gym down here. I've got the buckets of all my characters right here. Some old sculpts. These are the small characters. We've got Zargit. We still got Raina over here being stalked by her creeper ex. Here's kind of like the lighting stuff. So like so it has like different modes. Boom. We've got the other part of Zora High School. So like here you can kind of see the layout. So it goes into the bathrooms. We've got random Jacqueline here. The skeleton that won't stop falling. So we got the science classroom. Transitioning over here, I've just got some random storage shit. Random rocks in a bag. Some printouts for some builds. TFC should move to Iowa. These were old cases because I reorganized a bunch of stuff. I got a random thing of dirt. Okay, transitioning over here. We've got the small version of the limo. I've got a container of all the different punching hands and some extra heads. Here is where I keep all my paper. So when I'm building sets, there's so much. Wait, what's all the fights in the next episode for TFC? Well, we've got a bathroom fight with Patrice and Jupiter. We've got Cassandra versus Brooke. Who else we got? I think we got Gabby versus Olivia. That might be all the fights. I may be forgetting one, but I'm pretty sure that's all the fights for now. For now. But Jupiter and Patrice have like 3 rounds, so... Oh. And then Rayel fights somebody else. I don't remember who, though. So, here is my magical drawer of accessories. We've got this little, like, dog food bowl, which was going to be used in Scooby-Doo, and then I just never did. We've got, like, some pumpkin heads. The random cat that I made. A gun. Ooh. A random Cassandra head. There's a lot of random shit in here. It's kind of fun. We got beer. Random pumpkins. I feel like it's giving fall. Some witch brooms. I got this cute laptop. This laptop from, I think, Amazon. Hold on. Let's see if I can open it. Look at this. Ah! And it came with an iPad. So this is on Amazon, guys. Isn't that cute? Anyways, what else you got here? Some pans, another gun. Don't play. Some Starbucks. So this is pretty much one of my accessory drawers. We got some luggage you guys may recognize from Bgc21 and Scooby-Doo. Boom. Over here, we've got all the clothing. So I organize it by size. This is Cassandra's section. I think this one's Patrice, Taylor / Bianca, Jacqueline, their size. And then the Melanie / Smallbrook body size. So we got those. And the most important part, it was going to remind me of the white version of Elsie. How long did it take you to braid that hair? It took forever. It almost took 2 hours, guys. That was a lot of braiding. That was crazy. So here we've got all the characters. And I'll go through all my figures that I've made. I will do a separate live and show you guys all the figures. Because look at all these. Buckets upon buckets of figures. So I've got a lot of figures, and I'll do a separate live where I show you guys all the figures I've made. But yeah, so down here I've got the molds for all the characters. So popping out the different characters in plastic, they have their own mold. So like Bunny, and this is how I label the molds, guys. So Bunny, Kitty, Body. So some of the characters share bodies, like the Bunny, and then the big Kitty for Exit Labs has the same body. Bunny thighs. Bunny elbows. So I do label everything. Bunny arms. So that's kind of how I keep those ones. Here's my small scale figures. So they're separate, so I don't mix them up. And I just bought this whole shelf. So my room is just so organized. But yeah. So, period. Ooh, it's 11:51. What's this? Nug? Who's Nug fighting? Will you ever open the store again to sell figures? I would like to, but the price of everything's gone way up. And I don't really want to sell my figures too expensive, so I just haven't sold them. Because to be honest, like, the amount of time they take to make, combined with the rising cost of, like, the plastic and stuff, yeah, they're just getting too expensive. Alright, hold on. Let's see, y'all. Okay, out of all the characters that you've had on TFC or BGC, who is the fastest swinger and puncher? Like, fighter. Okay, this is gonna be really funny, but the fastest swinger, because I feel like there's still, like, there's a couple that could tie. The fastest swingers would be Bianca, Miss Lisa. Funny enough, if you guys notice, she swings really fast. So Bianca, Miss Lisa, maybe Raelle, but Raelle's not a top fighter, but she's a very quick swinger. Yeah, I think those would probably be the top fastest swingers, would be Bianca, Miss Lisa, and then Rael. Since Jupiter and Patrice fight again, does Jupiter do better? Because I'm still hurt with how last Jupiter and Patrice. Yes, Jupiter comes in pretty strong this next fight that her and Patrice have. So they go in on each other. Now, Patrice does win. I'm not going to hold you, but she does not whoop Jupiter. I can say that much. She almost doesn't win. In fact, Jupiter may get more hits. Oh, Jupiter is one of the fastest swingers, too. I forgot. Jupiter, Bianca, Rael, and Miss Lisa are the fastest swingers for TFC. The hardest punchers would be Jacqueline, Amber, Melinda, Patrice, Zari, and Amani. They probably punch the hardest. Oh, and Taylor does punch hard too. Pam reminds me of the white version of Elsie. Hunter should have Gretchen's storyline. So Hunter's Native American and white, and she doesn't say the N-word. She's actually a pretty sweet girl. She came out cute. Wait, Sean, there's a sets of twins for Bgc21. Yes, there's Kalani and Amani. They will be on Bgc21. Camp Bad Girls. As soon as I decide if I'm going to do big scale or little scale, which should be decided soon. You may get both seasons this year. We'll see how it plays out. You may get the country season, which is this one, and then you may get BGC Camp Bad Girls too, near the end of the year. So we'll see, because this one's ready to film. So, period. I'm watching your videos now. Yes! Beia versus Aurora is going to give Lex versus Tavi. So Beia versus Aurora. So this is Aurora, guys. For anybody who's new to the live, we went through the cast for Bgc21. This is Beia right here. Pam. Aurora. Cynthia. Hunter. Yuna. Amy. And then Melinda's one of the replacements. Do you have any of your old figures you made from a long time ago before BGC20? I only have 2. I mean, I have some of the old, like, really big ones. Sorry, guys. Not only am I sniffly, but I'm tired. I only have 2, and that is the old Aiden and the old Alicia. Bad Dolly versus Beia. I'm not going to cap. Bad Dolly would probably win. I'm not going to cap. Bad Dolly would probably win, but Beia would keep up. Beia would be probably close to Pretty P. So, like, she'd give Dolly, like, a good fight, but Dolly would probably win. Ooh, can Aurora get scalped like Dime in the body? Aurora does get some of her braids ripped out by Melinda. So, where'd she go? So, Melinda rips out some of her braids. So, yeah. She does get murked by Melinda. But those braids were not easy, y'all. Oh my god. Hold on. Yeah, her braids. Look how long they are. But I love her design. Maybe not her as a character. On the show, she's not like other seasons where they're like Holly and Nastasha. She kind of stands, she isn't really a follower. Someone said, Sean, where where the fuck is Sasha? Because we need her to sneak Melinda. I do need. Y'all, leave Melinda alone. Can Aurora get scalped like Diamond the Body? Yeah, she does though. She does get her weave snatched. I'm not gonna lie. Ming Lee versus Jupiter. Now we know Jupiter would murk Ming Lee. Let's keep it real. Who is Aurora inspired by? I feel like there was a girl I saw on Instagram who had really long braids. And I just thought they were really cute. I'm pretty sure the girl had long pink braids. So I was like, I kind of want to make a character like that. And then I had this rainbow yarn right here. Huh. And I was like, oh my god, I should just give her rainbow hair. Bloop. So, yeah, I wanted to give her long braids. She originally was going to... Ooh, ah! I almost died. She was originally going to have this hot pink hair. It's a new color I got. So here's one of them. Yarn B. Yeah, she was originally going to have hot pink hair. But then I was like, I want to give her rainbow. And that's how it came out. So... And then I was like, originally, here's her original cut. It was about to be short. And I was like, no. She needs braids to her feet. So yeah, she's very unique. Definitely, she'll be memorable. I will say that. She will be a memorable bad girl, but... But yeah. Not sure if she'll wear this outfit, though. I just kind of threw them in random clothing. My favorite character design from this season definitely is Beia. With her red hair. Ah! She came out so cute. And then my second favorite is Cynthia. Oh, hold on. She's got shit on her face. Cynthia came out cute. So she's got heart tattoos here. And then she's got a thigh heart tattoo as well. And then I gave her a little shiny bow necklace. And she also has a new eye shape. So this is the first time I've done this eye shape. And it's the sleepy eyes. Ooh. So you can kind of see, like, hold on, let me find a good example. So Pam's eyes, for example, you can see they're kind of like round cat eye shape. Hers kind of come down like she's bored or sleepy. And I think it turned out pretty cute. What's her fighting level? Beia is a low 2. Here, I'll go through everyone's fighting levels. She looks zoned out. She does. She looks bored. I'm not gonna lie. But I just like it. I think she came out kind of unique. I'm trying to get it to focus good. But yeah. So, first of all, her fighting level is a mid 3. Can we get a new season of Bad Girls with all new characters? Yeah, because that's what we're doing right now. Bgc21 official main cast. All new characters, except for Melinda. She's a replacement. But for the new people who just joined, BGC21 does have all new characters. We got Beia. We got Pamela. I guess Pamela's technically not new, but she's never been on Bear Girls Club. So Psycho Pam's on there. We got Aurora. We got Cynthia. We got Hunter. We got Yuna. And Amy. So an all-new season of Bear Girls Club with an all-new cast. Melinda's, as of right now, Melinda's the only replacement, but I may write one more replacement in, and it may be Emery, but we'll see. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I do feel like this season has a very unique cast. We've got new eye shapes, new combinations. Oh, I can't play sounds. We've got our first full Asian character. We've got our first Native American character. We got Psycho Pam. She's very unique as a character. She's giving Nicki Minaj, Tekashi, I don't know. So I feel like the cast is very unique. The setting's very unique too. The fact that it's this farmhouse. There's Meep. There's also a little spoiler of episode 1 of BGC on Instagram about Amy. Amy, aw, you triggered, boo. You mad? You look mad and like an alcoholic. Sorry. And then Pam throws her drink, and then they fight. Yuri. Okay, so Yuna's original name was going to be Yuri, but I liked Yuna better, so I changed it to Yuna. Aurora punches Amy in the head. Then Beia gets up and checks her. So here's the outside of the house. So Beia versus Aurora happens on the porch. Amy versus Pam round like 2 or 3 or 4. They fight a lot. Amy versus Pam's beef is going to be iconic this season. They fight a lot. Miss Raggedy Pam. Pam's so funny. But we need twins. There will be twins on Camp Bear Girls, but Camp Bear Girls got delayed one more time just because I have to figure out that season still. Remember when you said you did Africa? Could you actually remake that into something like a whole new season, if that makes sense? Yes. So I did do BGC Africa. There's like a YouTube channel that was stealing my content all the way back in like 2013, 2014 when I first was doing test seasons for Bad Girls Club. And I feel like it has clips from BGC Africa. If I remember correctly, BGC Africa had who's some cast? So there was a girl named Claire, but she had short blonde hair and glasses, and she was kind of like Pam of this season. So she was always scrapping. There was JoJo. So JoJo was on that season. The house was ugly as fuck. I may have posted it on here somewhere. There's my tiny Melanie. So yeah, guys, if you don't follow me on Instagram, sean.shows.iconic, does Beia sling her by her braids? Yes, she does. Beia does flip Aurora. So Aurora just kind of reminds me of Summer. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, Aurora reminds me of Summer from Baddies. Like, can't really fight, but is always scrapping. So Aurora just reminds me. So Beia's pretty chill. I don't feel like Bea's too confrontational. Like, she kind of minds her business, and she'll speak up if she feels like she needs to, but so she's not like Jupiter, who kind of inserts herself. She's like kind of chill and quiet unless you come for her. Which the girls don't really try her because she does fight the best this season besides Melinda. Pam, they try to bully. They be trying to bully Pam. She's also very awkward, and she does wear this outfit the first day, so they bully her about that too. But Pam will fight because she's a little unhinged. So Pam will fight. But Pam's only a level in upper 3. So she's not. This season doesn't have a lot of. Elite TV said hi. Star says hey. The best fighter is a low 2. Yes. So this season, okay. So as you guys know, BGC20 had a lot of top fighters. Like most of the fighters. Someone said Pam definitely got them hands. She Tasiki Ender. Imagine Tasiki losing to Pam. So BGC20 had a lot of top fighters. Like BGC20 had Patrice, Melanie, Jupiter, Amber, Jenna, and then even the girls who were below them at fighting was Danny with red hair, Danny and green. Even Morgan was scrappy. So BGC20, she does have a knife in this picture. She's hiding it. Don't trust this bitch. But anyways, Beia versus Aurora is giving Ivory versus Summer. Yes. I agree. So yeah, I wanted to do a season that's a little different. Almost like my older seasons where it's like a lot of the girls are not heavy hitters this season. They're just sloppy. Sloppy, a little scrappy. Tasiki losing would be like Serenity beating up Melinda. Iggory. I love that. But yeah, guys, so this season I wanted to do something a little different. Make the girls not all top fighters this season. So we've got a few that are scrappy. We've got like our one top fighter who could keep up, which is Beia. But then we've got, Aurora getting slung around by her braids all the damn time. We got Amy, who actually is pretty scrappy. So Amy's scrappy, but so is Pam. Amy and Pam are actually about the same scrappy level, but Pam's a little heavier, so she can throw Amy a bit more. But they fight about the same, and Amy's a lot taller than Pam, too. So their fights are entertaining. They're sloppy. They're good. Cynthia doesn't really fight much. She's kind of bougie. She does end up fighting on episode 5. So she does finally fight, but she's sloppy. This season has a lot of sloppy fighters, but it's going to be entertaining. Surprisingly, she is a high 3, and she does give Amy a run for her money, but nobody knows it. So they try to bully her, and she ends up putting them paws on Amy in the kitchen. So they have a cute little kitchen fight. So that one's a good one. And then Hunter, she is a mid 3 to high 3. So she's not a heavy hitter, but she's scrappy. Kasim, you have missed a lot. We've been live for an hour. You missed the whole cast of BGC21, going through all the levels. Oh, guys, I almost forgot. So Melanie's the host of this season. So from now on, the BGC seasons will have a host. They won't be an actual cast member like Natalie, but they will host the little events that they do on BGC. So that part is inspired by baddies. So Melanie, of course, is going to host the farm season because it's Country Bad Girl. So I'm making a new Melanie right now with her little boots. It's a farm season. So who else would host that season? Where'd it go? Where's the house? Who else would host that? Bald Melanie is kind of tea. Period. Eat, Melanie, eat. So Melanie's hosting this farm season of BGC21, and she gets into a fight with one of the girls, and they have 2 rounds. So I'm gonna do a spoiler video this week on BGC21, so I will be posting that, guys. But yeah, Melanie gets in. Even though she's the host, she does get into one little scuffle, well, 2 rounds, but a scuffle with one of the cast members. But this house is pretty cute. I think it's a unique house. It's almost like the way I wanted this house to look. Someone said, so Jacqueline's not going to do it no more, and it's just Melanie? No, Jacqueline does come on this season too. Jacqueline comes in on episode 4, I believe. They do like a horse thing. So Jacqueline does host as well. Melanie's the main host. She's the one you're going to see the most. But Jacqueline does make a pop in too, of course. Someone wants me to throw in Bailey as well to like come in and host one of the events, but we'll see. So Jacqueline's a horse girl. She's not necessarily a farm girl. Melanie's a farm girl. She grew up on a farm. Jacqueline's a horse girl. So Jacqueline hosts the horse event. And then Bailey may come in as well. So we'll see if Bailey comes back. Low-key, I want to see one of them fight a toaster in the kitchen. Like, fight the toaster? Or, like, throw the toaster. Because Pam does go on a rampage and start throwing a lot of stuff. She pulls a Brandy. But with a toaster. Melanie versus Tasiki. So camp is BGC 22 now. And so for anyone who missed why Camp BGC got pushed back one more time is because the campground is huge and I'm not sure if I'm going to have space, because look at all this. It goes up to my ceiling. I'm not sure if I have space to do the whole campground. Because I really don't have a lot of space. So I'm debating if I'm going to do BGC 22 Camp Bad Girls in this tiny scale right here. So we got small Melanie. And that's the size comparison. So like, that's the smaller house right here. And I don't know if I'm going to do Camp Bad Girls in the small scale or not, but do the hosts have confessionals? Yes, they do. So you will get to see Melanie with her new confessionals. But she only pops in when they're doing events. So otherwise, she's not there to greet the ladies every day. But like, there's a event where they go feed like baby cows. So Melanie hosts that event. There's one where they do some farm work. There's the horse event where her and Jacqueline host. So you'll see her pop in with those ones. And then that's when one of the girls freaks out, doesn't want to do the farm stuff. And her and Melanie get into it. Melanie does throw her across the room. But they have some scrapping. So, but yeah, so pretty much... Oop, I hope there's confessional looks. T. We'll see how the confessionals come out. I hope to make them pretty cute, but... What's up, Sean? It's Jarrett. Hey, Jarrett. Do you have the old houses? No. From BGC 15 to... Hold on, guys. How much battery? Ooh, I got 9%. From BGC 15 to BGC 19, the houses were made out of poster board. So these are foam board. So they're a lot more sturdy. And the foam board, poster board. Let me see if I can find an example piece. This is poster board. I don't know how the hell I made houses out of poster board, but the old houses were flimsy and made out of this. So when the season was over, they got thrown away. So the new houses I can keep because they're made out of foam board. So they're firm. So like these, they're all foam board. So they're a lot more sturdy, a lot more clean, a lot more neat. Okay, Aurora will have straight hair. I actually have it ready to go right here. So when I make her straight hair. So I've got a few head sculpts. I always pop out a few heads for them. Oh god. That was the old Cynthia head sculpt. So I always make a few head sculpts so I can do a couple different ones. Is this the Bgc21 house? Yes. So Bgc21 house. And guys, if you don't follow me on Instagram, the whole cast just got released today. Sean.shows.iconic. But, so it's country versus city. So it's city girls and country girls in one house together. Beia is a country girl, believe it or not. So, of course I had to give her her cute red hair. She's a cute, perfect country girl. Aurora is a city girl. But Hunter is a country girl, technically. I mean, she's more of a horse girl like Jacqueline, but she's still technically the country girl. Yuna is a city girl. Cynthia is a city girl. Amy is a suburban girl, so I don't know if I would count her as country or city. And then Pam is a country girl. And then Melinda, she's a suburban girl. And yes, Melinda's on this season too. Blech. What kind of plastic do you use to make your dolls? I use plastic resin. So you have to mix it up. You're supposed to wear a mask because it's very toxic when it chemically reacts. Once it's done, these aren't toxic anymore unless you eat them, but you're not supposed to eat plastic. So they're not like toxic now, but when the plastic cures, it releases toxic fumes. So you're supposed to wear a mask when you're making them. But they came out pretty cute. The new designs are a lot better. And I've even got tiny bald Cassandra right here. So, yeah. Let's see. Her braids are going to get ripped out. Yes, she does get some braids ripped out a few times. Is Cynthia inspired by Cynthia from Now That's TV? The name is, yes. The character herself, no. The character herself is inspired by Char from BGC6. And then I kind of just gave her this snooty, like, rich girl look. So she looks like she'd bully you or something. But the name is inspired by that, Cynthia. Since it's country versus city, is it possible that Bailey can make a cameo? Yes, it is possible. Don't do my girl Cassandra like that. For some reason, Jupiter gave me that her zodiac sign is a Leo. Do you have any Tasiki-inspired characters besides Amber? Not yet. Hey, Sean, if Melanie was on The Real Baddies, and maybe even Baddies Gone Wild, who do you think she would get into it, and who do you think she could beat? I'm going to be honest, I feel like Melanie could probably beat a lot of the girls. She would kind of weirdly wrestle them down, though. So weirdly enough, I don't think Melanie could beat Tasiki, because Tasiki's a distance fighter. So I don't think Tasiki would let her get close. But I think Melanie would hold up with a lot of the other girls. I think there's only a few girls that would give her a run for her money, maybe like Big Lex, and that's only because she's huge, so Melanie might struggle to take her down. Although she might get creative and jump off the bed like Fana did. But yeah, the only person I don't think Melanie could really beat would be Tasiki. Melinda and Pam are going to run this season. So Melinda is the heaviest hitter. Do you have any of your old BGC 15 to $20? I do have actually a lot of my old clay figures, but they're at my grandparents' house. Which, if you guys don't know, I'm adopted and raised by my grandparents, so a lot of my stuff's still there. And I do actually have a lot of my OG characters, the old clay ones. A lot of them are there. So I do have some of them. I do have some of my BGC 19 characters as well. So I did try to keep a lot of my clay figures. When it came to plastic, I didn't keep a lot of the old plastic because I could remake them easy with their molds, but all right, let's see. Sean, how do you make stop motion so smooth? I've tried it and it wasn't smooth. I have a lot of weird tips and tricks. Let's see if I can find some of my old stop motion, like raw footage, so you can see, because it's actually kind of weird. Oh, guys, I was doing my Target tutorial. Uh-oh, you all, the phone's gonna die. This is also coming out. I don't know why I didn't finish it, but I need to do it. But my Target tutorial on how I made Zarget. So I did a whole tutorial on that. I just haven't released it yet. Hold on. I gotta flip this. Let's see. Oh, all my shit's gone. Hold on. Alright, once it decides to unfreeze and load. Oh, that's just an image. Cassandra beating down somebody. Trying to see if I have any, like, raw footage. Because sometimes... yeah, like Jacqueline. Bop, bop, bop. So pretty much, first off, I use, where is it? Hold on, I lost it. Maybe I don't have it on here anymore. Y'all, where is it? I don't see it. Hold on. I'm brain farting. I need more sleep. I use like the eye motion. I think that's what it's called. Out of all your heavy hitters, who do you think can beat Tasiki and take the undefeated status? I think Zari, Patrice, Jupiter, Melinda. Honestly, maybe even Jacqueline. Amber. Miss Lisa. I would say all of them. I'd say all of them would. Ugh, I got hair in my mouth. All of them would give Tasiki a run for her money. And potentially beat her. Sean, in the future, do you think you will do a surgery show for one of your big girls? Probably not. Only because I have a lot of shows lined up. So I don't really see the surgery show happening, at least for a few years, if I were to put it in the lineup. How many fights in total this season? I think there's around 17 to 20 fights. So there is a lot of fights this season. Do you think Mel would beat Big Lex? I don't know. I think she could. Because Fauna was honestly doing pretty good with Big Lex. And Melanie would get creative when she fights a tall person. So she would like run across the table and like jump on Big Lex and kind of take her down that way. So I do think as long as Melanie doesn't fight Big Lex from a distance, I think she could take her. I low-key want to see you do a season inspired by Now That's TV because it's funny and low-key ghetto on there. Let's see. That was the old design. I mean, maybe. I do think Now That's TV is very funny. Sean, can we get a charm-styled show? So you do technically have one coming, and it's the one with Paige, and it's called honestly, I don't know what it's called yet. Such a Witch, maybe. It's either Such a Witch or You Witch or something like that. So that's the show with Paige, and she's the witch, which I did write the first episode finally, and it came out pretty good. So you guys will get a charm-styled show. And it is a magic show with witches, wizards, all of that good stuff. When is the BGC reunion and love show? Drop them ASAP. I'm hoping to do the love show by the end of summer. And the reunion is in the works. I actually fully wrote the script for the BGC reunion. We're about to do the voiceovers for it. So I just have to rebuild the reunion stage, and then it will be good to go. Period. Although I have to resculpt, a few of the characters, like Chloe. Can we get a Bad Boys Club? I have had that requested a lot. Possibly, or I have a new show concept, you all. I have a new show concept that's going to have guys and girls, and it's kind of like Jersey Shore, the original Jersey Shore, and it's just going to be called, it's either going to be called Summer Vacation or Summer Break, and it's pretty much going to be guys and girls living in a house together for the summer in a beach town. So you'll get guy fights and girl fights, love, drama. Can I voice Yuna? Yeah. Honestly, if you want to audition for Yuna, just message me on Instagram, sean.shows.iconic. So here's Yuna, our first full Asian bad girl. Whoop whoop, period. So yeah, Yuna's cute. She has pink hair and then brown. And it's short. I have to fix this dress though. It keeps showing her coochie. Who's winning, Tasiki or Ivory? I think Tasiki would win, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh. You come up with heat, new bad girls. Heat, new bad girl shows, and a Jersey show type show. It's lit. Yes, so there's a lot in the works. The only reason a lot hasn't come out yet is it's under construction. That's why I disappeared. I was making all these girls. I was literally building